Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm Peter Scott Stringham, certified emotion code, body code practitioner, here with our Wednesday little video that we're going to do just to talk about one area of the practice. So today we're talking about the body code and how the body code works. How is it that the body code is able to actually help people? And I've done 5 sessions already this morning, and have just gotten amazing results. And I just want to pull out my chart and just give you an idea of the kinds of things that I did today with clients. So, for example, the first client I had was a woman in Arkansas who had pretty severe heart palpitations, blood pressure spiking, pretty dangerous stuff. So the first thing I do when somebody comes to me like that is I said, have you talked to your doctor? You really need to talk to your doctor before I work with you. And she had already been to doctors, and they didn't know. They had no idea what was going on. They knew she had high blood pressure. And what do you do? What does a traditional Western medicine do when they have high blood pressure? They put you on medication. So she did a little of that, had a lot of side effects, and was looking for a better way. Went off the medication, the symptoms came back. So the medication was just covering over the symptoms, wasn't really solving the problem, what was causing it. So this was our third session today, third 45-minute session, and and I found significant major imbalances in both the physical heart and the meridians that were feeding the heart and feeding the pericardium around the heart, those energetic areas, and lots of pain and emotional pain from her past that we didn't have to. One thing great about this work is we didn't have to do a lot of analyzing and my father didn't love me and all that kind of stuff. We just clear it. We just find out what the stuff is, clear it, and see if it makes a difference. Now we know that what we've done so far has made a huge difference in just 2 sessions. So today was number 3, and I'll find out later in the week how this one worked. She had a little bit of a relapse in the first 2 days, so we'll see how that goes with that. The next one was, again, a woman in Illinois who has had sleeping issues and anxiety issues, a lot of different things going on. And in this case, it was important for her to tell, there was a lot of inherited energy and stuff that she was absorbing, and she had a ton of trapped emotions to clear. And she volunteered to me that a lot of it had to do with her father and issues she had when she was very young. It all started because she had a major trapped emotion that came from age 9. And age 9 is when her mother went off to work, and her father basically was the one who was her primary caregiver from that time on. And, and he did the best he could. I got an angel message during the session. Your father did the best that he could. But, when 9 years old, you don't know any better. And a lot of that stuff compounded. And now she's much older, and it's starting to play out in physical symptoms. So that was the main part of that. So that was an inherited energy session, basically. And then we did one that somebody came to me who had been about a year since we'd worked together. So a long time. And came to me, and we just, she knew there was some clearing to do and some stuff to work on, but didn't really have her finger on what she wanted to do. Now, I'd done a whole body inventory with her, which is something available for you to for free anytime anybody wants one. So she had taken advantage of one for about 1.5 years ago. So we pulled out some of that and worked on some things. And what came out was that we just really need to get back to basics and work as if we'd never done any work because it had been so long. So what came up was that we had to do some emotional clearing, and we did some basic trapped emotion work with her for a half hour. That was a 25-minute appointment. Okay. And then finally, the next one that I did was with a woman who lost her job, has some physical things going through, and a lot of anxiety. And how it expressed in her life was shortness of breath, having trouble breathing, just from all the anxiety and fear and what's going to happen with me and all this stuff going on. Traumatic events. She came to me to help her with that. And her shortness of breath was so bad she couldn't leave the house or walk or anything a week ago. So now she felt immediately completely better after the last session last week. But then as the week went on, the symptoms started to creep back in. Not nearly as bad as they were, but bad enough to that it needed to be worked on. So we did that and worked on it, got her severity. I scaled the severity from 0 to 10, 10 being most severe. So she was a 10 last week. Today, we got it down to 0. Today, it was started at a 5, so it wasn't so bad, but there was still a lot there. A lot had come back or come up, or a deeper layer had come up. I'll do a whole video on layers at some time in the future with a guest. And so we got it back down to 0. And she immediately felt better. Before the call was even over, she said she felt much, much better. So that was number 4. And then number 5 was working on a pet who was having behavioral issues. And they were based on not so much, usually with pets, it's 1 or 2 trapped emotions, and they accept the energy, and they're very open and clear about it, and it's just an easy 1, 2, 3 clearing. In this case, it was a little different because this animal it was like a farm animal that had behavioral problems. So we had to go a little deeper and actually work on some acupuncture meridians for this animal that were misaligned, that were causing behavioral issues with this animal. So this was a session I did without the owner on the phone, obviously without the animal on the phone. So I just did it when I had a spare moment, and spent about 15 minutes doing this remote session on the animal. And I got it that it was cleared right up. Usually animals do not require a full length appointment. And so I will be talking to the owner later on today, and we'll see how it worked out, see how this little guy's behaving. So that's my morning here at the Emotion Code Refuge. And this afternoon I have a couple more appointments going on, so that'll make 7 for the day, which is a really good number. And if anybody is interested in becoming a practitioner, somebody asked me, that's how I started with it. And I looked into it. I bought the book online called The Emotion Code by Dr. Bradley Nelson, read that, and just learned the basics of muscle testing and how all this modality works by doing that. And then when I felt comfortable and had done some practicing on family and friends, and the phone started ringing saying, "Hey, that thing you're doing, can you do that with me, or can you do it to my wife, or everything?" I was like, "Oh, I need your permission to do it with your wife." But I ended up doing a lot of sessions for free, and then which anybody can do. You can learn this and use it as much as you'd like, and there's no cost or anything. However, if you are going to become certified in this, then you're definitely going to have to, or if you're going to charge for this service, you're going to have to be certified. So that's when you do the certification program and learn the proper way to do this and the legality of it. When do you send somebody to a doctor and when not to? There's some things. There's a responsibility for doing it as a business, and a liability if you mess it up. So if you're going to charge and make this a business, then definitely go through the certification program. And it's really, compared to other modalities, it's really not very costly. It'll be well within your budget to be able to do that. And please let me know if you do want to go that way, and I will do a phone call with you and talk to you about what it's like, what is involved. I'm mentoring a few people right now who signed up through me, through my affiliate link, and they're now going forward with learning how to become practitioners. So that's something that's available too. So you can go on my website there, balanceharmonyjoy.com, and you can look at some of the events that are going on. We have Pivot to Prosperity is open right now. That's our year-long community where you change the direction, pivot the directions of your life to a new direction, a new results, new energy, new vitality, new motivation. And we have on May 6th coming up the Reshape Your Life, which is a shorter version, a weekend version of the Pivot. And it is required to take that if you want to be part of the Pivot community. So that's available as well. And we've started having live sessions back at the house for our Seacoast Mystery School. So you can read about that as well. Okay. So that's it for today. In the future, if you want to come on and have a healing or a balancing session here on this call, you can do that. And you just jump on and text through the chat that you are open and volunteering, and be happy to do that with you. Oh, one more thing going on too. We have group sessions starting up in May. So if you want to be part of a group, we're going to have a group, and it's only 5 sessions with the group. And the first one, we're going to have one on weight loss, and one on decluttering, and one on prosperity, and attracting income, raising your income level. So those will be the first 3. So those will be coming up in next month, in about a month from now. So look out for those. Be much lower cost than doing the same number of 5 sessions one-on-one with the coaching. So you do it with a group, you get the group energy, you watch me work with other people, and you learn from that. And then you get clearings at every session. You'll get energy clearing done on you in every session, just about as much as you would if you were working with me one-on-one. So that's coming up in May, and please, if you're interested, again, let me know. Let's have some fun together. Okay, take care, everybody. We're here every Wednesday at noon Eastern time for anybody who wants live clearing at no charge. If you're a client with me and join our VIP club, then you have access to our live healings that take place every Saturday that are incredibly popular. We're getting pretty amazing turnouts for that. I got to think about how we're going to do this in the future, but right now, we're going to keep going on it. So take care, everybody. We'll see you again. Heal up and be well.